Hey guys, I'm Heintje, and bike parks are one of the best places to push your limits and become a better rider. At least that's what I used to believe. Over my last few rides, I've come to the conclusion that this is not the case for all bike parks. This is something I started to notice after my visits to the bike parks in Winterberg and Haute Goutte, but now I visited bike park Bresse, I'm sure of it. Of course, the whole story is a little bit more nuanced, so let me elaborate on that after the intro. Let's go straight to the point with this gap jump we sessioned. It's about a 5 meter gap, not too big, but also not nothing. In the run-up there's a 2 meter gap. So first we went for the small one. This one was pretty easy for all of us. You definitely don't want to case it, but since it's so low, there's no penalty for overshooting. Now let's do a run-up for the bigger one. Even though there are some roots in the run-up, it feels quite okay to me. However, my friends get distracted too much by them and decides not to go for the jump.
Als je ervoor gaat, heb je op zich snelheid, hè?
I know he can do it, but I think he did the sensible thing. You need to land quite precise and the consequences can be painful. I felt confident, so I gave it a go. A tiny bit of a case, so let's clean it up. And while I do just that, let me make the point of the video. This jump is built in a way that if you're comfortable with 5+ meter gaps, it's a nice jump. However, if you aren't, there's just too much noise to feel comfortable to go for it. So sure, you can improve your skills here, if you already have the skill. But you can't really push yourself to a higher level. For example, the next jump has a sniper landing and is followed up by a corner. A skill I would love to get better at, only here the risk felt too great to give it a try. And this is the case for almost the entire park. It's great to use and practice the skills you have, just not so much for pushing your limits. So let's start with the green line. Often you see small features in the green lines, features absolute beginners can roll over without even knowing it's a feature. Once you get a bit more comfortable with the line, you start to notice these features. Well, not in Bresse. Here the easy lines are just that. If you want to get better, you have to move up to the blue lines. The first blue line I'll address is already quite a step up from the green one, a lot steeper and pretty narrow. Sure, you'll get better at it after a couple of runs. Repetition makes everyone better. I'm even sure that I could improve a lot if I rode this trail more than just once. Now for the bottom part. Here we finally get a few tiny features, only in this case the surroundings aren't very comforting. The trail is very narrow, leaving close to no room to correct an error. Add to that the exposure on the left side and the fact that this trail is always wet. All this together makes you stay on the safe side of your skill level. Of course, this isn't a pure black and white thing. The other blue line does offer features to progress. The top part of the trail is wider, giving more confidence to go faster, and has some optional features that also have a bit of a run out. Now, before I go to the red and black lines, let me have my subscriber speech. Again, I'm still getting closer and closer to the 1000 subs, but I'm still not there yet. You know how you can help me out here. Just press that button. It's really the best way to show me that you like my videos and appreciate the effort I put into them. Thank you very much. Time to get into the jump lines of the park. The main line starts with a road gap, followed up by some pretty big tables. Here on the left of me. I'm taking the B line here. Now, these tables would be amazing to push your jumping if it wasn't for the mandatory road gap to reach them. And if you had to skip the gap, you never get enough speed for the tables. So, one more thing that's really great to use and perfect the skills you have, but really hard if you're not just there yet. Sure, the B line is fun as well, and you get the option to get back on the main line, which has some features that you can build up to. Now I'm showing my scouting run. I did do a second run where I jumped this rock jump and even the boner log. Unfortunately, I didn't film that run. The reason is quite silly. I wanted to change my battery in the lift. With that, I hit the battery door with my knee, resulting in the battery door falling down. I could fix it with some tape, but in order to do so, I first had to get back to my car.
Die is gaaf.
In the afternoon there was a long line for the lift. Apparently there was an enduro event this weekend and all the participants had to go up the mountain. Combine that with the capacity of only one bike per chair and you get a long line. So instead of waiting in line, we went for a little jump session. My friend wanted to practice the hip jump, a skill I'm still a novice in, so I could use to practice. The first few attempts looked more like a regular jump with an off-camber landing. After a couple of tries it started to click for me, kinda. I got to jump straight and then at the top of the jump turned my bike in the direction of the run out. This felt really great and of course on camera it doesn't look as spectacular. Now I still have to improve a lot. At this point I only turn the bike, not my body. At least not until after I land. But that's something for another time. For now, let's go to the black lines. The first one is a bit all over the place. The jumps are serious in size. The tech on the other hand is on the easy side. The top section just isn't very steep.
Zo.
Except for this section. Once you know the lines, it can be pretty easy. However, the straighter faster line is quite a challenge. In the next section there is this double. We did check it out on foot first. The jump is pretty big and the landing is narrower than it looks. I think I can do it, but I'm not sure. Well, this wasn't our first run. The first run we rode this one blind, and this is how it went that run. So this one you have to go slow, really slow, or of course jump it. Altogether I would say it's a jumper trail. Perfect for those bikers who are great at jumping and just okay at technical terrain. Not so much for me. I'm okay at jumping and good at tech.
Oh.
But there's one more black trail. This one is more technical. First wheel challenge. A small drop in an already steep section. The next part of this trail only gets more insane. Even some parts I decided to walk. Remember how I said I was good at tech? I did not say I'm great at it. And then the real features show up. These serious gap jumps with not even a chicken line. If you don't want to ride them, all you can do is carry your bike to the other side. Or not even start this trail, of course.
Hier kun je niet echt stoten.
I have to give a huge shout out to Jarins. He was thinking about doing the sensible thing, but then he went for it anyway. With that said, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you now understand how Bike Park Bresse is a really fun park where you can utilize all your skills. However, if you really want to push yourself and do things you've never done before, it's not the best spot. Very close to Bresse is Leblanc, and their bike park is the opposite. But that will be my next video. As always, For now, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you back for my LeBlanc video. In the meantime, have fun riding. Houdoe.